Thank you for checking out Lakehead International's videos. You're about to watch one of our Lakehead International live webinars, a fun and informative way to learn more about Lakehead while also meeting faculty, staff, and current students. If you have any questions throughout today's video, please comment below. Otherwise, let's get started. And with that, I would like to officially welcome you to Lakehead University. I would like you to take the opportunity to put yourself in our shoes and imagine a university where your voice is heard, you're part of small classroom environments, and of course, making impactful research. For those of you who don't know, Lakehead University is a public Ontario university. We are in a beautiful country, Canada, which is recognized as one of the top 2 best countries in the world, also one of the most peaceful countries in the world, in the top 11. Speaking more specifically, though, to Lakehead as an institution, we're extremely proud of, although being a smaller university, having some great rankings and recognitions for our ongoing achievements and well-established success. We're top 3 in our category for Canada research. We're #1 university with under 10,000 students in North America. That's also a ranking by Times Higher Education Global Impact Rankings. We're in Canada's top 5 universities and #1 actually in Ontario by Maclean's Rankings 2025, and that's in our category. What we feel, though, is that, of course, through our delivery of education and through the experience, we really set students up for success. And what speaks to that is the success of our grads when they go to look for careers post-graduation. So 97.4% of all of our graduates are actually employed within 2 years after walking across that convocation stage. That is above the Ontario average, which is 95.1, so over 2% higher than our counterparts in Ontario. Diving a bit deeper into Lakehead in Ontario, though, I want to remind our viewers that all of our degrees here as a public institution are accredited by the Ontario government. So you have the reassurance and the trust that your education is being delivered at the highest quality and is rigorously accredited. You're going to be joining the cohorts of over 9,000 students here on our campuses already. Although I've noted that we're a small campus community, 9,000 sounds large. What we can guarantee, though, is that we still have small class sizes. So our student professor ratio, pardon me, is 15:1 on our Thunder Bay campus and 13:1 on our Aurelia campus. Among those 9,000 students, we have over 80 nations represented in our student body. So we have incredible diversity with students joining us from all over the world. And that makes up the over 1,900 international students studying a variety of different programs. They are studying in a wide range of faculties as well. So we are a fully comprehensive university with business administration, engineering, science and environmental studies, natural resources management, education, social sciences and humanities, health and behavioral sciences, as well as law. We also are very proud to have a medical school university right here on the Thunder Bay campus, which we have a deep partnership with for our students that are looking to pursue further education. Beyond that, though, of course, today we are joined by our special guest from the Faculty of Natural Resources Management. We're joined by the Dean herself, and I'll pass it over to her to introduce, and then we'll go down the list and meet our special guests.
Thanks, Jordan. So, yes, I am Brigitte Leblanc. I am the Dean of the Natural Resource Management, the faculty, and also I am Professor of Remote Sensing. And myself, I am also an international person, so I come from abroad.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for taking the time out of your day to join us and share more details about your faculty. Next, we'll pass it over to Brian.
My name is Dr. Brian McLaren. I'm the chair of the Environmental Management Program, and my research area is in habitat selection and interactions between plant communities and animals, referring to a variety of vertebrate herbivores.
Great, thank you again. I'll continue down the list. I guess everyone else can introduce themselves, though.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jamal Amishev, originally from Bulgaria, so another international connection here. I am the chair of the forestry program in the faculty, assistant professor in forest operations. My expertise is related to forest operations, especially harvesting, road engineering on steep and difficult terrain.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Ashley Thompson. I'm the coordinator for our master's programs, including the Masters in Forest Management and the Master of Science in Forestry. So my research is in forest genetics, a bit of a range of topics, mostly focused on population and conservation genetics, focusing on tree response to climate change, but also in recent years using actually fecal DNA analysis of caribou to understand caribou response to anthropogenic disturbance from a gene flow perspective.
Hi everyone, my name is Qinglai Liang. I'm the coordinator of PhD in Natural Resource Management. I'm a professor in silviculture. Most of my research interests rest on how trees respond to climate change and the environmental stresses. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Hello everyone, I'm Harminder Singh. I'm from Punjab, India, and currently I'm the student of Master of Forest Management.
Alrighty, well, thank you again to all of our special guests for joining us today. It's my pleasure to be your host, of course, but most importantly, you're here to share more information about the faculty and help our audience better understand what are the unique offerings of our school here at Lakehead University. And with that, I will pass it back over to my colleague to share more about undergraduate programming.
Thanks, Jordan. This slide shows our two undergraduate programs, the Bachelor of Science in Forestry and the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Management. The forestry degree is over 50 years old and is rooted in a much longer tradition of technical and academic education in forestry. Current students have three options for specialization. One is forest management. It is focused on building forest management plans and can lead to jobs in industry and government. Forest health and protection. Students take interest in both natural and anthropogenic forest disturbances and monitoring and maintaining the health of our forests. Disturbances include fire and insect outbreaks, both of which are more common in a global climate change scenario. Forest products and marketing is the third specialization and allows students with an interest in the products of the forest sector to take courses in milling and marketing and other business-related options. Our Honors Bachelor of Science in Forestry degree can also be combined with one extra year for students interested in getting a dual degree with the Masters of Business Administration MBA degree. The Honors Bachelor of Science in Forest Management, in Environmental Management students, the program that I chair, has as its most popular option the specialization in wildlife conservation and management. Students with interests that range from wildlife rehabilitation to wildlife management, becoming a wildlife biologist. They take this program, which has accreditation with the Wildlife Society based in Bethesda, Maryland. The conservation planning and management option is for those students who may take greater interest in remote sensing and planning a landscape that is sustainable with respect to habitat, with respect to biodiversity, and the functions that the forest provides. And finally, students who want to choose a range of options can consider the specialization sustainable land use. We've had students in that specialization with interest in agroforestry, with interest in agriculture, with interest in other opportunities that include in the future special focus we plan on ecological restoration of forest, peatland, and other communities.
Thank you so much, Dr. McLaren, for sharing more about our undergraduate programming. To supplement your conversation around what programs are actually delivered on the undergrad side, I'll pass it over to Jamal to share more about some of the highlights within the faculty and why it's unique to Lakehead University.
Well, the most unique part of our faculty, and especially the forestry program, is that it is the only accredited program in Ontario, accredited forestry program, and it's the only one starting from New Brunswick all the way to Alberta. So the big chunk of the country is actually covered by our program, where it creates and develops professionals that can take those skills out in their job and in their careers. Why is forestry an accredited profession? It comes from the fact that it's a public resource and it needs to be managed in a responsible and sustainable way. So what I would say is ask a question. Would you like to shape the world and make meaningful decisions? This is the place for you because you're not only gaining those knowledge and experience subjects that the diverse faculty is teaching, but also you're becoming a designated professional that can take that on the next level and actually make meaningful decisions. One of the other unique features of our programs, both forestry and environmental management, is that it comes with hands-on field school options, which are depending on the year you're enrolled in. They start from a local hands-on measuring and taking inventory of our resources up to getting some indigenous experiences as well as international experience in various countries worldwide. Our labs also offer all the necessary equipment and instruction to supplement your knowledge and to become the professional that the industry, the government, and the society needs from our program.
Great. And I always like to make note at this point, of course, field schools based on our Thunder Bay campus. We're very fortunate to be on the doorstep, essentially, of the boreal forest, which lends very well to have a natural laboratory for our students that are participating in these field school experiences. But as you noted, then they can branch out and perhaps do indigenous placements as well as international experiences, which uses the knowledge they've learned theoretically in the classroom and takes it abroad to apply that knowledge and theory elsewhere in the world. So always great to work that in. We're also on the doorstep of one of the world's largest freshwater lakes, Lake Superior, so something connected to the environment, of course, and also often worked into studies. As you noted, though, to supplement all of those natural environments, our undergrad students as well as our grad students have access to state-of-the-art scientific equipment and laboratories that are not exclusive just to our researchers or just to doctoral students. They're integrated into classes right from the beginning of your program, which is really exciting and I think important because students get that hands-on experiential learning. We'll come back to that conversation around how we can enrich the education. Jamal, did you have anything else to add, though, before we dive into our grad programming?
No, thanks for the additions that you brought. If we can add something later on during the conversation, we will.
Great. Thank you so much again. And next, I'll pass it over to our team who's going to chat a bit more about graduate programming.
Okay, thanks again. So I'm going to go over our two master's programs. So the first program that I'm going to talk about is our Master's in Forest Management. And so this is a course-based master's program that is a 16-month program, and it consists of 8 required courses, 4 electives. And then what's really, I would say, kind of unique about this program is that it also has a summer internship in which our students get work experience, on-the-job training, or alternatively participating in research projects around campus. And then we also have a field school that's dedicated for our Masters of Forest Management students. So just to give you, I won't list all of the courses, but just to give you an idea, have as required courses in that program. So things like applied geomatics, so that's our GIS, operations research, biodiversity conservation. Our students are given training in economics, indigenous peoples, forest policy, and also professional communication. And then we have electives in a variety of topics like urban forestry, conservation ecology, restoration ecology, environmental assessment. So those electives really allow you to kind of tailor your program to suit your individual interests, but the required courses have been selected carefully to make sure that everybody at least has that same core set of knowledge that has been through through experience and talking with people in the industry, that those are really the skills that your future employers want you to have. So those required courses give you those core skills, and then you tailor your electives to suit your individual interests. And then our second program is the thesis-based master's, which is the Master of Science in Forestry. That's normally a 2-year program in which students work with a supervisor of their choice to complete primary research. So you would work on a research project, either doing fieldwork or laboratory work, primary data collection, and then of course analyzing that and writing it into your thesis, and for many students also a scientific publication results from that work. One thing I did want to mention, because it's a question I get from students frequently, is do I need a supervisor for the Master of Forest Management program? And the answer is no. If you do end up at the point where you are going to apply for the program, you don't need a supervisor to apply. That's only for the thesis-based master's program. And I'll turn it over to Dr. Dang then.
Hi, our PhD program is very research intensive. The students are only required to take 2 courses that are related or needed for their research. The research areas of our supervisors cover quite essentially all aspects of natural resource management, from natural sciences aspects such as pathology, entomology, soil science, genetics, climate change, tree physiology, to engineering aspect of natural resource management, such as biorefinery, where you would extract the fuels from wood rather than by drilling wells into the ground, and even include social aspects of natural resource management, such as Aboriginal forestry, forestry policies, and the research areas of our potential professors are listed in the webpage. You're welcome to view through them. If you have any questions related to our program or the application process, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'll be happy to help you out. Thank you.
Great. Thank you to both you and Ashley, of course, for making note of folks that want to pursue either the thesis-based approach at the master's level or, of course, a doctorate degree, how to connect with you and perhaps share more details and learn more about those research areas and what those steps are. Of course, to our audience, if you would like to connect with any one of our recruitment advisors as well to chat more about that application, you're welcome to do that. We welcome you. On the note of graduate programming, though, I have the pleasure to pass it over to Dr. LeBlanc, who's going to share more details about a unique partnership we've developed with institutions across Europe.
Yes, thanks, Jordan. Yes, with the course-based master, you can have also the option to get another degree from Europe. So you do your first year in Lakehead and then the second year in Europe, and we have transfer of credit. So it is less time than doing 1+1. It's more integrated. And our partner in Europe is Bangor University in Wales in UK, University of Eastern Finland in Finland, University of Natural Resource and Life Science Boku in Vienna, Austria, University of Padova in Italy, and the Swedish University of Agricultural Science, SLU, in Sweden. So this opened door to have 2 degrees. One is the course-based master, and the second is MSc. And in the European side, you have the choice between 20 master. So it is quite a high number of possibility here.
Great. And I also like to take the opportunity, working on the international team, we always like to share, of course, for our students coming from around the world to join us here in Canada, you don't need to limit yourself to just a Canadian degree necessarily. Having that international experience certainly will give you a leg up in terms of diversifying your portfolio and your knowledge, but also just getting that worldly experience certainly can aid you in job prospects down the road. All of our degrees, I will note, at all levels could lead to further education though. So keeping in mind what you need next, and of course we're here, our teams in natural resource management as well as our international enrollment team are happy to have that conversation with you and talk about what does your academic journey look like. Before we wrap things up here, I do want to circle back to the idea about getting that hands-on experience at Lakehead and more importantly within this faculty. So Dr. LeBlanc, I'll pass it over to you to share more and chat a bit about these notes here.
Yes, on the bachelor level, we have a cooperative education stream, so you can alternate class in one term and then doing also work placement. So this is possible. Field school, we already speak about the field school. So here you have an example, a picture of a field school in Mexico. So we do field school locally or a little in Ontario, and then also one of the field school could be you can participate in abroad, so international field school. research. So I do not, when I introduce myself, I do not say what was my specialty, was remote sensing. And so research, all our professors are doing research. And so this is also some things you can learn in our university easily. We have also nice community engagement with some professors, have some very nice engagement with the community. And international exchange and opportunities. So we already speak about transference for the master. And on the bachelor level, because we are a member of the Arctic and we are the only school of forestry in Canada who the university is a member of University of the Arctic, you can have also exchange with Arctic country, and our favorite destination is Norway. So this is one opportunity. You can go to Iceland, Sweden, Finland, Alaska, and yes, all the Arctic countries.
Great. I'll take this opportunity to also reveal to the audience and help them better understand. Lakehead University is the only public university located in our hometown of Thunder Bay, or one of our hometowns. And so that community engagement piece where our professors, since the existence of our institution, have really refined those relationships, have built on that and connected with industry partners, which of course in turn relates to developing great partnerships with them for our students' greater success. So that's just rounding it out on the conversation on how you'll get involved, how you'll apply that theory into practice. As we wrap things up, though, before we introduce a special guest of one of our current students, I do want to remind our viewers of our program intakes, and I'll pass over to Dr. LeBlanc to highlight what specifically we wanted to talk about here.
So yes, so we have not only fall intake, but also winter and spring for 2 programs. So our bachelor, fall and winter, on our course-based master is fall and winter also. And for the thesis-based master, you can be registered and enroll in our program anytime in the year, in fall, winter, or spring.
Great, thank you so much. And with that, I want to thank the faculty for joining us once again. It's been my pleasure to host you. Next, I would like to welcome to the stage and introduce Harminder, who is one of our current students within the program of Masters of Forest Management. I'll pass over to you to say hello to the audience and perhaps share more details about your experience so far.
Thanks, Jordan. First of all, hello everyone. I'm Harminder Singh. So my experience in the program has been incredible. Particularly the courses that I enjoyed the most is the GIS, which includes the spatial analysis, professional communication, foundation operation research, and silviculture. Like these are the courses which provided me the practical knowledge and the valuable skills. And the prospect of the field school is so exciting here because in the field school we get the chance to visit the forestry industries of the Canada and the sawmills, paper mills, and different logging sites. And my favorite part in the program is the internship opportunity. So in this summer term, we had the opportunity to apply for the jobs for the summer program. And luckily, I got around 10 to 11 offers for the summer term. So out of those, I chose the Ministry of Natural Resources. So I got the opportunity to work in the Ontario Forest Research Institute. So I worked there for 4 months, and I had the hands-on experience applying to what I learned in the class to the real-world forestry challenges. So overall, the internship is really, I guess I would say, my favorite part, and the program design is really good. And to the prospective students, I would say the program is really good, and I would highly recommend this program. And Lakehead is a wonderful choice, the excellent choice to choose this program and to pursue the career in the forestry.
Great. Harminder, I'm curious, and I'm sure audience members may be asking similar questions. What degree did you complete before joining us at Lakehead?
Yeah, I had already done the Bachelor's of Science in the Agriculture. That was the honors program from the Punjab Agriculture University. That is the India's best agriculture university. And after that, I had already done the Master's in the Soil Science. So I had already done the thesis-based soil science as well. And I also worked under the government of India for a year as a research fellow. So I was confused that it might not be related to, but the agriculture students, if somebody has done the agriculture, so they can apply for the forestry program. As I had already done the masters in the soil science, so this is something related to the forestry, and yeah, in this way I did the forestry.
Great. That's better to understand, of course, setting the expectation around it's not always a traditional pathway completing an undergrad in forestry to move into a master's of forest management. In your case, you completed agriculture, so that's great to hear that there was a pathway for you to join our institution and continue on your studies. You mentioned obviously in the summer internship that you received quite a number of offers, so congratulations for that. I'm curious,
Thank you.
for those students that are worried, like, will I get an offer what day? Can you walk us through the process of how did you even find these employers? Was there support from the faculty? What was that process like to secure an internship?
Yeah. Like while I was enrolled for the program, I was also worried about the getting the opportunity to the because we had no any Canadian experience. But the faculty over here is exceptionally knowledgeable and sportive, and our seniors, so they all like guided us to apply for the internship opportunities. So I remember starting in the October 2023, we started applying for the jobs. So I guess pretty in the October and November, there are a number of job vacancies like for the summer terms. There are like there are so many jobs you can like apply for, and even I didn't have any Canadian experience, and my other classmates really also didn't have any Canadian experience, but they are looking for those students. And if we start applying on the on the Indeed, on the LinkedIn, and the company's website, I would say that it is not that difficult to get the opportunity. As I said, that I got a good number of offers. So I would say that once the student is coming in the let's say in the fall intake, so he should start focusing right from the October. So because there's so many job openings from the October, November, and it goes till March. So there are so many cities jobs, the provincials, and the federal jobs as well.
Great. I know, and for those students that may be concerned or have similar concerns to you back then as to whether or not you're going to be successful in finding a job and not having that Canadian experience, I always like to mention we do have a career services and co-op team actually here on the Thunder Bay campus, which is dedicated to supporting your needs as a student to find work. So if you need help with interview preparation, if you need somebody to review your resume and make sure it's good for a Canadian context or the Canadian employment environment, they're happy to assist with that. I also know, of course, having our guests from the faculty on today, they are also all willing to help you secure that job, and they want to see their students successful at the end of the day. So over and above, our number one priority is to have our students graduate and have a great time with their degree. Any closing thoughts, any last parting words to viewers today that perhaps are considering joining us at Lakehead?
Yes, definitely. If anybody is so much interested in the agriculture or in the forestry green spaces, so Lakehead is an excellent choice, and I would definitely ask the students to come for this program. And the forestry is in a good demand in the Canada, and through this we can become the registered professional foresters. So that is the RPF. So overall, the forestry in the Canada is a really good job, and I would definitely welcome everybody and suggest everybody to come for this field if they have the interest in this particular thing.
Great. Well, thank you again for taking the time out of your day to join us and share your feedback about the program and experience thus far. It's been a pleasure to be the host. And to our other guests, faculty, thank you again for taking your time for joining us. It's been my pleasure again to host everyone and learn more about what makes Lakehead's NRM programs so great. On that note, we'll wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, I want to encourage you to comment below or connect with us on social media. We can be found at Lakehead International on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks for watching once again, and hopefully we'll see you at the next live webinar. Bye for now.